Thank you guys so much for coming on. We brought you guys fruits, some ginger ale, some Coke,
Don't
some
say
coffee.
We wouldn't do shit for you.
Yeah. We set the standards high here at DocTok.
Slightly, just slightly.
So let's start. We'll introduce you guys. We'll do one by one. Tell me, what your name is, what you do, what your company does, where you live, how you met
Sure.
this guy right here, and we'll go from there. Most interesting man alive.
Yeah.
We'll
I
start
don't
with
know
you.
about that.
The most interesting man alive. Let him talk first.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we all know Josh, so Josh is old school.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I am. I'm from here, from St. Pete. Went to high school at Dixie Hollins High School down in St. Pete.
You're an original?
I'm original.
Oh, you're an OG, bro.
I barely ever meet originals. You guys are like the
Flow
only
Grown.
originals I met. Seriously.
OGs.
Yeah. Born and
Everybody
raised.
else is from Michigan, Ohio.
Yeah, they're all
Chicago.
We call them implants.
Yeah.
Midwest.
We're
Yeah.
implants. So
Whatever.
we're one of them.
Yeah.
Lucky to have it.
We gave your
You're just
state
not
a
lucky
little
to have
bit
our
of color.
drivers.
Right.
And
We love you
culture.
guys here, not your driving.
Yes.
I agree.
But yeah, born and raised, and went and played ball out of high school and played professional baseball for 11 years. That was the first time I had been out of the state of Florida. Was when I signed my first baseball contract.
Really?
Who'd you sign with? You
Yeah,
mind me asking?
Seattle Mariners.
Oh, you're
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah,
cool.
was
So was that like
drafted.
a little bit of a shock to move to Seattle?
So no, actually, so I went to rookie ball, which is in Arizona, which is
Okay,
in Phoenix,
nice.
which is probably even more of a shock because I'm so used to humidity. And my first day there, my mom made every meal for me, up to that point. And at
Mama's
that
boy,
point,
yeah.
I'm like, I got to feed myself dinner now. And there's a McDonald's 2 blocks away. So it's so humid there. You guys been to Phoenix?
We lived in Flagstaff when we were younger,
Okay.
but I remember it.
Glensdale.
Yeah.
It was so dry.
It's dry as hell.
Yeah.
It's dry as
I
hell.
I walked 2 blocks and I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
Like, it
So
was
you
just
can't
that
breathe.
dry.
You can't
Yeah.
breathe. It's insane.
So that was a shock to me. And first time being away from home, I was 18 years old playing ball. I just turned 18 actually. And I called my parents up and I was like, I think I made a mistake. I need to come back home.
Weeping?
I want to go to junior college,
I
like
don't like
whatever.
this.
So, but yeah, that was the biggest shock to me.
Nice. So how long did you stay there for?
So I was with Seattle for 4 years.
That's pretty cool,
Was
man.
very average pitcher. Well, I actually was my first year. I did really well, and then I got hurt. I had a labrum issue.
Oh.
Pitched through it though because I was an idiot.
Is that the most common thing? Shoulders always?
Typically,
Shoulders
always
and
a pitcher.
elbows, man. I mean,
And elbows.
yeah.
You ever get hit with a ball?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I'm a pitcher.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
when
so
you get hit by a ball,
All the
it's
time.
not fun.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
The guys hitting get hit. They get hit by a pitch.
I threw it at you. It's not supposed to come
Come
back.
back
Right,
at
yeah,
it.
I know.
And sometimes when you throw it and it doesn't change the level and it comes right back to you, it's almost kind of deceptive. And you're like,
Oh shit!
Oh, wait.
I gotta
get hit.
do something.
When I see those guys that
Yeah.
catch it from like behind, all I'm like, that's
pure
talent,
instinct.
man.
That's just pure instinct.
It's crazy.
That's just like survival. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So-
Greg Maddox used to practice. He used to take ground balls back to him all with one hand because he said that in a game, that's all you're gonna have time for is just one hand.
just one hand.
That's,
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
what I did as well. But yeah, I've taken some shots.
Yeah.
So Seattle was first.
Seattle
and
was
then,
first,
No,
yep.
no. Well, Arizona was rookie year.
Well, Arizona was the rookie ball team for
Yeah.
Seattle. So I went to A-ball with them. Didn't go much higher than that. I ended up going to independent ball, which is in St. Paul, Minnesota. Played for the St. Paul Saints, which is actually a pretty well-known independent ball team back in the 90s. Was there for 2 years. The second year, I didn't barely make the team out of the spring training. Some guy broke his pinky finger, and the manager brought me and said, hey, if this guy didn't break his finger, you're not going to be on the club. And at that point, you're an independent ball. You're at the lowest of the lows. Like, you're going home and you're going to get a job,
For sure.
So I barely make the club. I'm in the bullpen right before the season starts, and I decide to throw a pitch sidearm. And basically drop down my angle.
Yeah.
And the pitching coach there, and he's like, what the hell was that? And I was like, man, I'm sorry. I just barely made the team, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, I'm sorry.
I've just royally messed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, those
And he
guys-
goes,
I'm away.
and he's
Motherfucker.
like, no, do that again. So I did it again, and I popped the mitt, and I hadn't popped the mitt in years, right? Popped the mitt right down the middle, and he's like, that's your ticket. So that season, I started throwing over the top and sidearm, and was leading the league in win, strikeouts, ERA. Got hurt my back, had to get a discectomy up in Minnesota.
Oh.
They actually, so in independent ball, you make like $700 a month, right? They pay for this whole
Really?
surgery. That's it. You're just barely making it,
So
right?
you make more at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally,
yeah,
yeah, for
absolutely.
sure.
And you have benefits too.
Yeah,
of course.
So we had workers' comp. So they paid for the whole surgery. I get home to do rehab and I get a check in the mail for $8,000. And then I get another check for $5,000. And I said, well, shit, that's more than I made in like 2 years in independent ball there. But ended up rehabbing. I told my parents I was done. I was going to go to school. I was going to be a cop, go to the Army, something like that. So literally I'm in the JUCO program in St. Pete. And this is in January of 2000. some scout had called the house, spoke to my dad and said, hey, we really want to sign your son and blah, blah, blah. And so I gave him a call back and he's like, hey, we just want to see if you want to give it one more shot. You know, we heard you were doing well before you got injured. Do you want to give it a shot? I said, hell yeah. So I dropped out of school, went to spring training. That year in 2000, I was, to keep a long story short, it was A-ball, AA, AAA. I was throwing really well. I was like moving up through the ranks really fast. And then the next year in 2001, I was AAA and then major leagues with the Cleveland Indians.
wow.
So yeah, it was like literally happened that fast.
Damn.
I think people tend to
Opportunity,
forget
bro.
how many players actually play. Like,
It's
you know,
It's
people
only
know
like-
one or two players, but there's
Right.
a lot of people that struggle and injuries and
Oh,
or who
yeah,
could have been
Sure.
something
Or the
bigger.
position in general. I mean, pitchers in
Absolutely.
general, right? I mean, it's like it's difficult.
Hey, you're the quarterback of baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
I do
You're
feel
right.
like the most depressing thing is transitioning out, right? Because your whole life you're used to just playing sports, and now real life kicks in. You guys meet each other, and then you start this
Yeah.
business.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, Josh, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I mean, I know you very well. Yeah. Josh,
Well-
Joshua,
Whitehead, yes.
Whitey,
Whitey.
Josh,
Jay White.
Can you imagine?
White.
Can you imagine somebody
JW?
calling me Brownie?
Brownie. Hey, Brownie.
Whitey and Brownie.
I have had that nickname literally since I was 5 years old.
I
On the
know.
playground, a kid walked up to me and goes,
You're lucky you're white.
he goes, what's your last name? And I'm like, Whitehead?
It's like,
He goes, yeah, I'm not calling you that.
yeah, exactly. We'll call you
It's been that
Whitey.
way. I'm local. I've been in, the state of Florida my whole life. I have traveled all over the United States. I was
Nice.
blessed for not staying in the same state, but we always came back. My parents, my mom and my stepfather were professional ballroom dancers.
Oh, nice.
That's so cool.
Hence how, you
Yeah.
guys saw me with line dancing and everything.
Yeah,
We got that would be so cool. A fundraiser line.
Bro,
dance.
why don't we go
I'm
for
all
you
for
do
it.
it?
I'm
You
down
down?
with that. I'm down
Yeah,
with
you
that.
actually, you'll be the expert there for sure.
Not so good at teaching.
Even for the patient, we should do a seminar or like an event where you can do line dancing and
Bro, that
get
would
the
be
patients
great.
to come out.
We'll just put it.
Yeah.
We'll blast it on social media.
Yeah, it would be
A bunch
great.
of old people
Sorry,
can come.
I'm
Talk about
I'm absolutely for that.
For sure.
I love doing that. I've been doing that since I was 18.
That's awesome, man.
All my friends and everything. But yeah, so Florida native, born in Dunedin, raised in Hernando County, went to Springstead High School.
Whoop, whoop.
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
I was second generation. My daughter's third now.
Nice.
I've got my beautiful daughter and I've got my stepson. And then, I've been in the business, started in the banking world in 2012, did financing and stuff until COVID. Technically,
Yeah.
I was laid off. I was part of that big old layoff part. And then I said, you
That
know
must have
what?
been hard.
I like talking and dealing with people. I want to be my own boss and
Love that.
work that route. And Roy and I actually did security together at an
Yeah.
event for
Nice.
another place.
Really?
So we did, we did
Yeah.
private security for it. And
Totally related field.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense
and
now.
then he said, he was like, yeah, I run my own brokerage. This, this, that, and the other. Couple months went by, and I was like, you know what, the hell with it. And we linked up a year ago,
Yeah.
give or take.
Not even
And-
a year
Yeah,
ago.
not even a
Yeah.
year. August
Yeah.
will be a year, and
Nice.
it's been great.
Beautiful.
It's one of those where yes, you're your own boss, so
Yeah.
you're bringing in your income. You got to figure out where to go and get it. And the best part is being local and being known.
For sure.
You get to have conversations, be a part of everything.
Everybody knows.
Well,
you. I'll
everybody
tell
knows you. To be honest, with
Everybody
you.
knows.
It's kind of
you.
annoying how
Yeah.
every
You
single
guys,
person
everybody
I
knows
know
you guys.
Yeah. And you
That's
have to
awesome.
be flexible too. Like we have other
Yes.
things that we do and stuff. And like
Yeah.
if you were with a captive agency, you couldn't do certain
Yes,
things. But now that we're
absolutely.
independent, we
That's-
literally have the ability to do.
And that's
Kinda-
where I started in the industry, and that was the biggest part that drew me into going as broker. I don't like telling my clients no.
Yeah.
I don't like not being able to help them, regardless of what the situation is.
Of course.
Whether it's medication, doctors, or even, hey, you don't fit in this box. I don't like doing that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
being a broker has definitely opened up the opportunities across the board
Awesome.
and
I agree.
ability to help everybody.
Well, I always say that your personality is your business card.
Yeah.
So like it's you guys do fantastic work and I love what you do and I hope that we get to help a lot of people after this. Honestly,
And be real. I
You sold
think that's
yourself.
one thing about you guys that
Yeah.
I love. That I feel like most other reps are not like telling them how it is.
Right.
Like you tell them how it is, and then you guide them towards. I feel like a plan that works for them. For them,
Yeah.
every individual is so different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We-
their
I-
needs, right?
Yeah, we,
for
you know,
sure.
Josh and I talk all the time. We say, hey, what will you do for our own parents? You know, and that's how we treat every client. That's the only way we really know how to work.
Exactly.
That's amazing. And what do you guys do, if you don't mind?
We are independent Medicare agents, so we represent, you know, all the carriers in Florida basically independently. So we I hate them all and I love them all the same. I tell people that all the
Yeah,
time because,
yeah.
not every plan is perfect for somebody, but there is a plan out there that's perfect for everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what we work hard
And
to
that's
do.
what you do. That's what
we do. We help guide them, and then we kind of
Are you allowed to guide them towards one or the other? Because we're not. Like somebody comes in and says, "What insurance do you recommend?"
So
Yeah, okay.
you have captive agencies that you're agents as well that work strictly for that carrier. So whether it's United, Aetna,
Yeah.
Allstate, whatever.
man,
okay?
whatever.
So with us, we carry all of them as a broker, as
Yeah.
a true broker. We don't care which company you go with, whatever's going to fit your benefits and your needs. So the biggest part is what medication are you on?
Yep.
What, who's your doctors?
Exactly.
And those are going to be your key part. And then you kind of just break it down from there. Okay, well, this company here is offering,
This-
a give back.
Yeah,
This one
exactly.
over here
Yeah.
actually caters to the fact that you're a diabetic.
For sure,
And
for
then,
sure.
it goes from there.
Yeah, different programs will
Yeah.
have different benefits. I agree. That
And
makes
then
sense.
you got, Advantage and then supplemental.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're
just-
allowed to suggest,
Yes.
we're allowed to
Yeah.
suggest. And we'll just break it down. Sometimes someone will come to me and they'll say, "Hey, I have 7 doctors or 9 doctors that I have to have in a plan." I say,
Yeah.
"Well, that's
yeah.
and I- and it's,
Specialists.
It's very hard.
and I want an HMO, and it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and I want the give back.
I don't want to
Yeah.
leave any of those doctors.
Right.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't want to keep my primary.
I want the money back.
And I want money back, and I don't
Yeah.
want to fall in the donut hole.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
correct.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist.
And they're on
we need to
23
sprinkle a little
medications.
Medicare magic dust on that
Yeah.
for you, and
Yeah.
we'll get right on it.
What we'll do is we'll leave your information on the video on the bottom, like your phone
Nice.
number, your address, and everything. So this way, even our patients, if whoever wants to get more information, they're more than welcome. And you guys can send us some patients also. I'm sure you guys deal with a lot of people.
We've sent you
No,
a few
actually,
already.
Josh stopped sending me patients for
I
the
had
love of
to.
God.
I was
You
tough.
sent me
Yeah.
every single one of your family members.
I still got about 30 more. I can get over them for you.
I know. It's pending, right? I know. It's
I got,
pending.
they're still all pending right now.
I know. And thank you guys so much. Honestly, I had a blast.
Appreciate you guys.
And
Have
I'm
some
really
fruits.
happy. So, by the way, you guys
Great
are
ginger ale.
okay. Can I mention that you guys are gonna have your own podcast?
Yeah.
So they're gonna have their own podcast, and I would like for us to be your first guests.
Yeah.
Unless you
Maybe,
have somebody
maybe
else.
even the second guest.
and possibly third, fourth, fifth.
We'll see.
Whatever. It's still up in the air. We got some other competition going on.
You guys will do really good, and we're here to help you guys with whatever
Yeah,
you
whatever
need.
you
We
guys
love
need,
you
man.
guys.
Yeah, that'd be
Appreciate you guys
fantastic.
coming on.
Appreciate you
Yes.
guys. Thank you, man.
Yes.
All right, man. God
Thank
bless.
you,
Thank you guys. Have a
Thank
great
you.
night. Thank you. Bye.